What would you do if you managed to get Batman's cape and cowl from him?
Lace it with my toxin and sell it on eBay. Bane?
Use it to complete the look of my Batman sex doll.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I burn it and step on it and spit on it. Puh! I just spit in my mask.
Welcome back to another episode of Batman the Animated Recap. Last time we covered Perchance to Dream, featuring the Mad Hatter trapping Batman in his own mind. This time sees Batman piss off a criminal who puts out a bounty to attain his cape and cowl. Season 1, Episode 31 of Batman the Animated Series, The Cape and Cowl Conspiracy. We open on a man in a trench coat reading a rhyming note while making his way through a miniature golf course? ? A mysterious voice then begins to guide the man to a specific location.
Now then, about that collection of bearer bonds you're supposed to transport?
Bearer bonds? Do you know how many bearer bonds would be required to justify the costs involved for the setup in this blackmail? We got cameras, audio equipment, a sand trap that must go deep into the ground, not to mention the rigging built into the archway, and then there's labor costs to think about, right? He must own the property as well, which would have cost money, or at the very least rents it so that he has time to set everything up. I mean, how do criminals in Gotham make any money with the high setup costs for their overly complicated schemes?
The ICF, of course.
What's the ICF?
The International Criminal Fund, providing relief for criminals in need.
Oh, yes. The ICF has helped me out a number of times. They bankrolled Captain Clown when I poisoned all that garbage.
Well, that's convenient.
It's not like they just give money away. Your crime still has to pass a review board to get funding.
Which is why I had to get independent backers when I held Gotham hostage for 5 months. The fund just didn't see the long-term investment opportunity in the plan.
You held the city hostage for half a year and were planning to blow it up. How was Lex? The fund supposed to recoup its money.
Whatever.
The man agrees to talk to save his life, and we transition to the GCPD where Commissioner Gordon is telling Batman about the crime. Turns out it was $750,000 in bearer bonds that was stolen. The funds were meant for humanitarian aid, and Batman thinks he knows who the thief is.
You know who that sounds like, don't you? Wormwood, the Interrogator.
Wormwood? Yeah, I'd go by the Interrogator as well.
Batman says he needs to figure out if Wormwood is in town, and he plans to do some interrogating of his own on one of Wormwood's known associates, a con man that goes by the Baron. We transition to a charity fundraising banquet where the Baron is primed for a con until this happens.
Real subtle, Batsy.
Thank you. I trained with ninjas.
I was being sarcastic.
To get the information he needs, Batman uses a method that defies physics.
I've told you all I know. What more do you want? Let me down!
What? I don't care if that man were a small child. That's not how suspenders work.
Right? When I wear suspenders, they sometimes just pop off on their own without holding the entire weight of a human body.
That's because you're fat.
I am not fat.
I believe the term is husky.
Yeah. No, I am not husky. Batman, help me out here.
You have let yourself go a little bit.
Well, that was uncalled for. Anyway, after the Baron spills the details on Wormwood, Batman tells him to take a vacation far away from Gotham City. Later, at the Baron's place, we see that he hasn't taken Batman's advice, but has instead invited Wormwood over to offer him a job.
I want the Batman's cape and cowl.
Oh, that's just dumb. The cowl never fit him.
I don't think he means to wear it.
Then why take it?
To embarrass him. Batman humiliated the Baron by hanging him by his suspenders. So, he intends to embarrass the Bat by taking his mask.
Yes, some of the best crimes are motivated by revenge. And some of the dumbest.
Wormwood wants to know what the Baron intends to do with Batman's cape and cowl, to which he responds,
I will be glad to tell you that, dear Wormwood, if you will tell me how you got those bearer bonds.
Oh, that's not the Baron at all. That's you.
It is not.
Ha! It's totally you.
How could that be me? That guy's like the same size as the host.
What the
Come now, the Baron just has to know how Wormwood stole the bearer bonds. It's you.
Look, if Batsy says it's not him, I believe him.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Bats. Now, just between us, it is you, isn't it?
Wormwood takes the job, and we transition to the top of the GCPD where Commissioner Gordon stands near the bat signal. Batman arrives and causes me to question everything I thought I knew about the show.
Got a new toy, I see.
I figure it might come in handy.
Is this the first time the bat signal has been used in the show? That seems impossible. We're on episode 31. It's seriously never been used before?
I can neither confirm nor deny the use of the bat signal prior to this episode.
Classic Batsy mind games. Just like the way he pretends to have a sidekick.
I do have a sidekick. He's just busy, that's all. You show Robert? Remy? Roger? It was definitely an R name. Ah, Rico. You show Rico some respect.
Yeah! Who the hell is Rico?
Gordon presents Batman with a new rhyming clue.
Where iron horses go to rot, and children toot their horns a lot.
I thought this guy was the interrogator, not the friggin' poet.
He seems like a poor man's Riddler.
Gordon asks Batman if he knows what the riddle means, and Batman answers,
Don't you?
You're kind of a dick, you know that? If you weren't such a goody-goody, we'd probably get along.
I highly doubt that.
Batman goes to a theme park called Train Town, one of the few establishments in the city to not feature Gotham in the title.
Finally, a business with some sophistication.
Batman searches the site until he finds himself locked in an engine car with a damsel tied up on some train tracks. Wormwood says he'll let the woman go if Batman surrenders his cape and cowl.
Well, that's a little melodramatic, don't you think?
Batman manages to free himself from the train car and is about to save the woman when...
All right, I'm with you. Who is paying for all of this? Someone with resources might bankroll one of the greats, myself, Joker, Riddler, Poison Ivy, but no one is giving Wormwood cash to create science fiction level hologram technology.
Scarecrow, I think you made a mistake. You left my name out of the list of greats.
No, I didn't. I mean, I did leave your name out, but I didn't make a mistake.
Well, I'll just make my own list of great jerks, and you won't be on it. Wait. Oh, dang it!
Wormwood reports his failure to the Baron, but says that he won't fail a second time, revealing that he has a facility at a wax museum that is sure to defeat the Bat. He leaves another rhyming clue, this time on a large billboard on the side of a building.
What do you think this one means?
Delarue's Wax Museum, what else?
How did Gordon become the police commissioner? Has anyone checked his references? Because he might be the biggest con of them all.
With the way Batsy treats him, he's probably just one bad day from becoming a villain himself. One bad day. That gives me an idea.
Batman arrives at the Wax Museum, falling immediately into Wormwood's trap. A light with a 20,000-watt halogen bulb lowers into the room and starts melting the wax. Wormwood threatens that it will melt Batman too unless he surrenders his cape and cowl. Good thing you've got your batarangs. We've seen you break plenty of glass with those things, so I bet you made short work of that light.
Oh yeah, that would have been a great idea.
Wait, you didn't do that?
No, but I did take my belt off and throw it at the light.
Why the hell would you do that?
Heat stroke? You were only in the heat for a matter of moments, while wearing a rubber mask that amplifies the heat like 1,000%. You think I want to end up like Bane?
If I left him off the list, then he's not a jerk. Does that make me the jerk?
Your point is well received.
After the wax melts off a metal frame, Batman uses it as a javelin, shattering the light, but also releasing a nerve gas into the room. Once again, Wormwood demands the cape and cowl in exchange for Batman's life, and Batman finally relents.
A second mask? Not as confident as we'd seemed then, are we?
No.
What? A guy can't wear a second mask?
It's not the mask I have issue with, it's the little knot tied at the back. There is no way you had that thing on under the cowl.
Sure I did, using Wayne Tech flat knot technology.
What the hell is flat knot technology?
I could tell you about it, but I'm not going to. Oh, Alfred's gonna love that one when I tell him.
Anyway, Wormwood keeps his word and leaves Batman alive.
He what?
He could have been the man who killed Batman after getting his cape and cowl off. He could have been a legend and he just let him live. Somebody lock me back in Arkham. It's getting too crazy out here.
Back at the Baron's office, Wormwood delivers the cape and cowl. The Baron wants to celebrate with a drink, and Wormwood says only if he'll tell him why he wanted the cape and cowl to begin with. The Baron counters with that he will only tell if Wormwood shares how he pulled off the bearer bonds job because, as we've all figured out, he's actually Batman.
I already told you it's not me. Now come on, finish the episode.
Wormwood agrees and spills the beans to the Baron.
An agent of the Kyrian Emirates will get the bonds from a locker.
He then demands to know what the Baron intends to do with the cape and cowl.
I am going
To wear them.
Wow, I'm so shocked.
You should see the look on all your faces. I got you all so good. It was me the whole time, and you had no idea. It's like he lives in his own little world.
Nothing a lobotomy couldn't fix.
Batman demands that Wormwood give him the key he mentioned, but Wormwood makes a run for it. Why didn't you have everything locked up so we couldn't go anywhere? You had the element of surprise and time to prep.
I spent all that time getting the mask. I had to go to like 3 different costume shops.
That doesn't sound too bad.
In China.
Oh.
Batman and Wormwood end up in a gym, and when Batman has his back to Wormwood, he seizes the opportunity, and the two get into a very awkward fight.
Wormwood must be on the venom. Did you see how easy he was swinging those weights around?
Please! This was the Baron's gym. They were probably show weights.
Wormwood accidentally goes out the window during the scuffle, but is saved by Batman. Batman turns Wormwood over to the police, along with an audio recording of Wormwood admitting his crimes. The episode ends with Wormwood getting a package in jail.
Here is a thing to keep you warm.
I take it back. You're not a dick. You're an asshole. But I like your moxie.
This episode was fun. It's not often that we get to see Batman ahead of a villain right from the start. While it's framed in a way that you don't know that until the reveal, I think that leaves an even bigger impact when you find out. You think back to the number of times that Batman had to let Wormwood one-up him so the plan would work. It's good stuff. What did you think, Scarface?
It ain't often I'll admit the Bat's almost as brilliant as I am, but he impressed me here. It also shows us that the Bat's in the kink, because he didn't even flinch when that hot wax hit him, meaning he's experienced that before. 4.5 out of 5 times the Bat made Gordon feel like an idiot.
Join us next time when we'll be covering Robin's Reckoning, Part 1. Robin? I think they mean Rico, eh, Batsy? Till next time, boys and girls! How would you all get Batsy's cape and cowl?
Make him afraid of it, of course, so he takes it off and throws it away.
Douse him in gas and light him on fire. I figure the ashes are just as good as the whole thing.
Who hurt you?
I'm not sure what I'd do.
All you'd have to do is ask for it.
Really?
I got you all again. I'm so good. Your faces. I need a photo of this. Alfred, let's go picture frame shopping. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. If you don't, I'll know, because I'm everywhere. The next time you're chatting with a friend, going to lunch with a coworker, or gazing into your lover's eyes, just know it might be me in a mask.